G'day everybody, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Hope you guys are doing well. We're still in the Steel Watch Foundry, but this time around I think we've cleared off the entire foundry and we just need to maybe wrap things up here with our friend Xaner Tubin. Before we proceed with the destruction of the foundry, we should actually just loot absolutely everything. And also check various things, actually. There's the matter of that code that we learnt about, but I'm not entirely sure if that's actually available somewhere for us to obtain. Ooh. Gaunter Mail. Promised victory. On a hit, possibly inflict guiding bolt upon the target. I like that. Gaunter Mail glowing. This object shines with a glowing light in a radius of 6 meters. And then we get celestial haste from it as well. That is fantastic. Although this one only lasts for 5 turns compared to like a normal haste spell. So yeah, it's not as good compared to, let's say, the bow that Will is using, at least for the haste spell itself. A bit more Infernal Iron. Again, not sure if we're going to be able to use Infernal Iron for anything else just yet. There's this sword that the Titan Steel Watcher dropped, and I'm not entirely sure if that's something that we should be taking. Okay. Yeah, we should be taking it. Let's see. Watcher Greatsword. Can Karlach actually carry something like this? Is it equipable? Or is it just ridiculously big that it's impossible for her to use? Yeah, it actually says, can only be used by steel watchers. That's fine. Send it to camp. We'll at least sell it when the time comes. But,
No.
yeah, I found it kind of interesting that we could get the steel watchers to drop all of their weapons with Ursa. She is doing some really good work there with honeyed paws, to be honest. I'm so glad that I learnt about that. So we did read the entry here, Your Kind of Curiosity. So Ketheric gave Gortash some kind of a device, automaton component. Let's take a look.
This head belonged to the automaton you encountered in the Underdark. How did it come to be here?
Oh, okay. Alright. The automaton in the Underdark. I think it's referring to the one in that tower that we visited. Like the Wizard's Tower or Sorcerer's Tower. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how it got transported there. But yeah, let's check in on all of the watches, because yeah, I assume that we'll just be able to get plenty of Infernal Iron. And then the enriched version as well. I really don't know if perhaps maybe we can use it to craft something else, say in Act 3. But if that's the case, you could argue that it would be a good idea to be destroying as many of these steel watchers as possible, but I don't know what it means for the other steel watchers that are out in the city if we destroy the foundry. Perhaps maybe we can just find their remains and loot all of the Infernal Iron from them? Maybe.
What's in here?
Immiscibility of fluids. Immiscibility of fluids. This book is redolent with the enticing smell of paper and ink. I have identified the corrosion issue in the lower limbs of the watchers assigned to the control center. The GC lubricant supplied by the Hall of Wonders suffers an alchemical reaction if exposed to even small quantities of the pink illithid cerebrospinal fluid that coats the neuron tentacles, generating corrosive properties in the lubricant, causing degradation in the functionality of the lubricated joints. To prevent this, I have added a twice 10-day pink fluid expurgation step to the Watcher's maintenance protocol. Chief Artificer Forza. Wasn't that the one that we found lying over here? That mentioned something about the code? Oh, there's a severed hand here. Is that important? I don't know. Probably not. Brain chads. A personal journal written in square technical printing. The final entry is slanted, the letters almost carved into the paper. I must find a way to avoid overnight control center monitor duty in the future. I must. There are no problems with the mechanisms. The hybrid Gondian Illithid devices work flawlessly, but at night, when the Watchers are largely disengaged from complex duties, their brains, dear Gond, the brains begin to whisper psionically. Their whispers join and harmonize, and then the brains sing. And it's a song of such unutterable sadness, such deadly melancholy that if I heard it again, I don't think I could survive the experience. I must find a way to avoid monitor duty if I'm assigned again. Maybe if I came down sick, or I could cut off a finger. Would that be enough? Ugh, okay, well, okay. That explains the hand, which had, I believe, a severed finger. Yeah. Or a severed couple of fingers, in fact. Oh, no. It's missing one whole finger, in fact. Alright. Control center guards. Now that the Titan is operational, there is no more reason to maintain Bainite guards in the control center. In fact, it would be needlessly dangerous. The Steel Watchers will handle guard duty in the center henceforth. Stay out. Black Gauntlet arrives. Alright. Is that everything? Possibly. There is... Yeah, there's this. The cerebral fluid valve. Ew. Okay. I wonder if I had the opportunity to use that to disable some of the Watchers in here. Yeah, maybe I should have tried that, but anyway. We managed to sort things out regardless, so still pretty happy with the outcome. And then there's this, the neural switchboard. Let's maybe do a quick save here.
Neurosita awaits your input.
Yeah, okay. -1 from intelligence. Who's pretty intelligent in the group? We don't really have anyone with decent intelligence, except for maybe Will?
Defender of the people.
Neurosita awaits your input.
Yeah, at least we're not getting -1. We need a 15, though. Yeah, we could do Dark One's Own Luck. I'm wishing that I didn't do my... or hadn't done my, short rest before doing this, but that's okay. I'll add it, and then we'll add this additional bonus as well. Nice.
The Neurosita is the epicenter of the Steel Watch, controlling and connecting every single Watcher in the city. Its technology is far beyond anything you have ever seen. You'll need more than magic or steel to destroy it.
Could press a button. Let's leave it alone. And I will have a chat with our Gondian friend.
I've got a long road.
I'm sure he's got a solution.
Something's on my mind.
It is time. Let us bring down the Foundry and the Steel Watch with it.
Agreed. Let's do it.
Gond, let your hammer be my courage, your furnace my heart.
I hope all the other Gondians have left. Finally.
That was a hell of a show, my friend. Watchers collapse in the street as we speak. And the foundry. Well, it won't stain this beautiful city with its abominations. Not anymore. But it's not over. So long as a single parasitic Gondian remains, Baldur's Gate is under threat.
Enough, Wulbren. Gortash enslaved us, forced us to build his steel watches, but no more. Take the city, let the Iron Hands reign supreme. I just wish to go home and hold my daughter.
Tubin is right. It's over.
Please. If a Gondian told me the sky was blue, I'd look outside and check. You Gondians will lie, scheme, and torment this city until your dying breaths. Let's end this!
Oh no.
Wulbren, enough! I won't watch as you poison your soul and the brilliant future that remains to the Iron Hand gnomes. I thought the Iron Hand gnomes had corrupted you, Wulbren. Now, I wonder if it wasn't the other way around. Kill the Gondians, and you kill all we love. Collaboration, challenge, solving problems with the power of reason, creativity, and invention. I still want to believe you're better than that, Wulbren. But even I am having my doubts.
Oh man. Alright, we don't have a lot of inspiration. I'm really hoping we'll be able to succeed here. Perhaps the Iron Hand gnomes need a new leader. What say you, Barkus? Scroll of Charm person. I mean... I'll take every advantage that I can get, guys. Yes, let's do it. Come on. Nice. Okay, good.
I say you're right. They deserve a leader who'll encourage them to create, not destroy. They deserve someone like me. I can't save you from yourself, Wulbren. It hurts terribly, but I can't. Toss your values in the bin if you want, but don't throw out the Iron Hands with them.
This is ridiculous. Iron Hands. Kill this man.
Yes, good.
How dare you? Cowards!
The Gondians recognize Barkus Root as leader of the Iron Hand gnomes, and look forward to ushering in a new peace between our factions.
It is with a heavy heart that I remove Wulbren Bongal from our ranks. You have until first light to leave the city. Wulbren.
I expect treachery from all sides, but you, little Barkus, the boy who followed me from the Underdark, who clung to me like moss to stone, when we next meet, my hammer will cleave your skull in two, and that is a promise!
Damn.
I'm done. I can't wait to sleep.
That is a really sad end to a friendship, isn't it? To see that play out. How sad. Alright. Let's have a chat with these two again before we leave the area. Did we get a lot of inspiration out of that? Oh, thank goodness. We need all of it. Let's just clear out some of our journal entries here, because I don't want any of that confusing us. Gortash's Netherstone. We just need to defeat Gortash. And I think this is something that is accessible to us now, because without the Steel Watchers, assaulting Worm's Rock should be a little bit easier. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, but it's better than having the Steel Watchers there. Gather your allies, so Bacchus has joined, that's good. Yep. The High Harper. Yeah, okay, cool. Looking good. Consider Gortash's bargain. Yeah, I guess this is complete because we released the prisoners, or we, approached the underwater prison, right? So, cool. Rescue Orin's victim. Yeah, we destroyed the Steelwatch Foundry as Orin instructed. She seems to enjoy infiltrating our camp and leaving messages for us there. Maybe that's where we'll find further instructions. Okay, maybe she has instructions on how to kill Gortash. So we should have a long rest sometime soon, but I'm not in a hurry to do that right away, because I think we could probably spend a little bit of time just exploring further. Keen on going to the Water Queen's house, actually, after this. Let's have a chat with Bacchus.
Well, here we are. A most unexpected outcome.
You'll make a great leader of the Iron Hand Gnomes.
I am many things. A leader is not one of them. But no time like the present to learn. And I can't do any worse than Wulbren, sorry as I am to say it. I don't know when he became so angry. So violent. But I'm glad to say I see the truth of it now. At last. Thank you for your encouragement. I needed it. And have done since the day we met. I may have lost Wulbren, but I found a far preferable ally. Friend, even. Now, myself and the Iron Hand Gnomes have much to disentangle. But when you're ready to face what's waiting for you, believe me, we will be at your side. Shu then, for now. My friend.
It did say that we can trade with him, though.
Go on. You have a city to save or something, don't you?
Oh. Okay. I don't know if we'll have a chance to trade with him later. Xander?
I think it is past time Obeli and I left this city. There is nothing for us here now.
Alright, and everyone's sort of gathering around Steel Watchers that have collapsed everywhere. So... But we should be checking out this boat, shouldn't we? They were patrolling this area before. Let's take a look. Is there anything interesting at all? I don't see any, like, really special looking crates or anything, but the hatches don't seem to open. And all of these crates seem to have already been emptied. So perhaps maybe there's nothing too special here. I was kind of getting excited about coming back here. Oh well. You guys can let me know if I should really be coming back here and checking things out once more. It's just that, it counts as, you know, stealing, trespassing, whatever you want to say. That's why I'm a little reluctant, considering all the various NPCs around. Anywho, let's go down this way. And yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what this place is all about. We did have a short interaction with this person here. Diamira Trellis. One thing that I would like, if I could, is to bring Jaheira, but I feel like we've had Jaheira with us for quite a while. Let's maybe not worry about that. Quick save. Does she say anything else?
Please, head inside. Don't let me keep you from the celebrations.
Captain Goldwake.
I thought it wise to make an offering to the Sea Queen before sailing out tomorrow. Wasn't expecting to find the servants so preoccupied.
Faux Harrel.
Here to make an offering to Umberlee as well, eh? They say it's good luck to placate the bitch queen after a drowning.
Do all these offerings even do anything?
When you've sailed as much as I have, you'll know damn well they do plenty. Got a few spare coins to chuck in the fountain? Certainly wouldn't do you any harm. Got to make sure my ships are...
Seems like, I keep passing up the opportunity to to trade with people.
What if she knows you've given her all you can?
Dilgar Sneeze.
Sorry, mate. No time to chat. Just here to make an offering, then leave. In and out, yeah?
Okay. Okay. Supplications to Umberlee. Queen Umberlee, the sea herself. I dash myself upon the rocks of your favor. Let me drink the brine of your glory deep into my lungs. Turn my skull to shell, my ribs to reef. To earn your blessing, and to spare me the wrath of your I don't know how to pronounce this. Sahwagian? Sahwagian? Sahwain? There's a few people on this side. The offerings chest. I suppose we shouldn't really be taking from there, should we? Dr. Fairwise.
Did you hear the wave servants talking about a beast in Grey Harbor? If that's true, prayers are the least we can do.
A beast in Grey Harbor.
The Wave Mother sees all, even you.
I'll at least take a peek, just to see what we're about to miss out on. Okay, a few bits and pieces here that would fetch a little bit of gold, but let's leave it alone. I just don't want to be cursed again by, picking up stuff that's meant to be for the gods, and then suddenly we're dealing with celestials every few battles. Yeah, that was unpleasant. Untaken
The celebration
globe.
is in the main chamber. Praise Umberlee!
Flood Tide is the Umberland holy day celebrating the arrival of the winter storms with the sacrifice of a withered crone. Dark Tide is the Umberland holy day celebrating the late summer neap tide with the sacrifice of a black hippocampus.
I'm just looking at this area. We were here before, right? But There seems to be a pathway leading down here to these docks and to this big boat here. And to even more stuff out this way. Oh boy, maybe let's circle back around to it.
Please grant me your blessing.
Ceremonial practices for initiate Umberlands. Placing the hand of the drowned with which you adorn yourself by nights upon the designated altar of your individual temple, you indicate your presence within the temple and availability for clerical duties throughout the day. Honored by her honest cruelty, her guileless taking and giving and taking again, supping of her salted gift and gargling day and night with the Sea Queen's brine, you keep the words of your mouth pure, the teeth that gnash bloody hell, healthsome. Honored by her honest cruelty, her guileless taking and giving and taking again.
Furious and merciful Umberlee, hear our prayer. Flood the world with your word. Subsume us utterly.
So they do this ritual for anyone in the area who has drowned, or just one of their own?
Sing in Umberlee's name. Praise her for this most holy death.
So they consider drowning to be a holy death. Can we have a chat with these guys?
Rejoice, sisters, for Umberlee has blessed her humble daughter with a pure death. Her lips blue with her kiss, her lungs full of her quenching word. Umberlee's mercy saved her from a slow, sinking death in the beast's shadow. You, supplicant, what tribute do you bring to honor the Wave Mother's fallen daughter?
Let's check out what we can trade with it. Okay, not too much. I've brought a prayer.
A layperson's prayers. Good, but earnest. Your tribute is well received. Breathe deep as she permits. May the seas be as kind as you deserve. Glorious Wave Mother, pour fury upon the beast responsible.
Oh, Umberlee, hear us. Umberlee, bring your daughter home.
In the spume.
Would it be rude for us to do, like, speak with the dead? To find out how they died? I mean, they obviously drowned, but...
I long for such a beautiful death! To the deep wilds.
Would that everyone knew the Wave Mother's favor.
Feel the joy of Umberlee lap against your soul.
Umberlee hears us and rejoices!
I'm getting a little uncomfortable being around these guys, to be honest. Supplications to Umberlee. Is this the same thing? Queen Umberlee, the sea herself, I dash myself upon the rocks of your favor, let me drink the brine of... yeah, it is. It's the same thing.
Fish's piss. I loved Holly as much as anyone, but they've been wailing and praying for hours. My best pot for a bit of quiet.
Okay. You know, I really like the fact that they design like different NPCs with like really completely different like thoughts and goals on what's going on, even in their surroundings, you know. I think a lot of developers don't really think that far to add that much complexity in a designed society. Untaken Pajula.
Hands off the drinks. We have enough to fill Grey Harbour. It's all for the funeral.
Sacred shark recipes. It is now and ever a virtue to consume of the sea that which consumes in the sea. Shark, barracuda, moray eel, and quotoa. All are blessed by the Sea Queen to feed her faithful and blessed. Find below, organized by primary ingredient, a variety of simple but refreshing recipes to be eaten on any of her holy days and beyond. Is it just the two of them? I think so.
There's more bones and fish in this one. Sing, sisters. Sing in Umberle's name. Praise her for this most holy death.
Oh, some people fishing out there.
Glorious wave mother. Pour fury upon the beast responsible for this injustice. Leave its master.
Darkbreaker Vilmina.
There's nothing for you up here, Flotsam. Back downstairs you go.
Alright, so she won't be too happy if we entered here, but... I mean... We're not getting a red outline. Oh, we are getting one for that. And some of this other stuff. Counting the conchs. For the first... is it a conch? Conch? On your cord, remember the salt which cleanses, nourishes, and stings. For the second conch on your cord, remember the drowned. For the third conch on your cord, remember the tempests that whip her. For the fourth, remember the breath which fills your lungs, but that she might press out of you according to her will. For the fifth, remember the bounty of her body, the queen, the sea. Just gonna see what happens if we try to open the door.
You'd better have a very good offering in hand if you're being this much of a pain.
Okay. She let us through? Okay.
Carcass in the spume.
You don't have permission
Oh, okay.
to be here. You're about to be ejected.
Oh my god! 15,000. Let's try to convince them that we're supposed to be here. You wouldn't have let me in if I didn't belong, would you? I mean, we got the inspiration, right?
Congratulations, you've convinced them to give you access. Now what? It seems the rules have not changed in your absence.
Oh.
You're still trespassing.
Okay. I'm going. Alright. Well, very curious then. There's stuff going on up there. So, what is the deal with this place? Is there a quest here? It doesn't say that there is, so... I suppose the only reason why I'm poking around is there have been comments in the past saying, well, you know, you're gonna have to be willing to poke around and trespass a little bit and sneak around in order to really do a few quests. So I am kind of interested. An open letter on oppression and peacocks. Oh, we've seen that. Sahuagin. Yeah, there we
I
go.
don't like this conversation at all.
If they're right about the Swahagan, I may take up another line of work. Though nothing seems safe these days.
You hear these mooks trying to tell me about fishing? I've been fishing here all my life.
The others think I don't know shit, but I do. I do know shit.
It sounds convincing. I half expected like a Sahuagin attack, but that doesn't seem to be happening. Alright, so... what I could do while I'm here, or maybe I can't, because there are too many eyes everywhere. I could take a potion of invisibility, and maybe that could get us in. We've got a few scrolls. And a few of the potions as well.
Alright, what now?
I don't think this is such a bad idea. Just to, you know, poke around a little bit and have a look. We're already in trouble as it is. So maybe I can have a look around. So invisibility is still something that you need to be careful with, because you can still be caught if you make too much noise, right? That's as far as I understand it. Moonshay Strait Shipping Report. I witnessed as the Queen lashed the prow of a vessel called the Kinship with wisps of waves and foam until she'd taken her prize, 2 sailors, dragged to her salted bosom, upon which she did retreat and left the Kinship to reach its destination in peace. So great was her mercy. It did cross my humble mind that such a vessel upon its return journey might take a longer, unfamiliar route to avoid her wrath, and might thus become vulnerable to other kinds of interference. I'll take all of that. Right, so let's take the potion, I think. So that gives us 10 turns.
Sing, sisters. Sing in Umberle's name. Praise her for this moment.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a little bit awkward.
What do we have here?
Let me do a quick save here. We've got 5 turns. I think I could probably... yeah. Oh, okay. As soon as you open stuff, do you lose invisibility? What do we just grab? Wave Mother's Cloak. Damp Aegis. During combat, once per turn, the cloak grants the wearer water layer protection until the wearer takes damage. Prevented from burning, resistant to fire damage, but vulnerable to lightning and cold damage. Yeah. Okay. Bit of a trade-off. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Oh yes, there's all sorts of stuff that we should be sending to camp. And I haven't actually considered what I'm going to do with this bow. Improved critical. The number you need to roll critical while attacking is reduced by 1. This effect can stack. Keen attack, the wielder doubles their proficiency bonus when rolling ranged attacks with this weapon, unless they have disadvantage. I don't know, that all seems really quite good. But being able to cast Guiding Bolt randomly is also quite good. And yeah, this one has straight up more damage, like more base damage. And being able to haste, although only for 5 turns, is also quite powerful. I don't know, I feel like it might be a good idea for us to switch this out. Or I could give it to Will and replace the bow that he has, because he's using that bow for haste as well. Though this is a lesser version. Doubles their proficiency bonus when rolling ranged attacks. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not sure, guys, but let me know what your thoughts are on Gaunter Mail. I am keen on using a different type of weapon, though.
You've wandered into a forbidden area.
Are you kidding me?
She says it might be time to leave.
Yeah, I'll be on my way. Alright, we got out there, lickety-split. I was just sort of looking around here, but I didn't see anything else of interest to me, except for that chest. Though now I'm not really able to look very closely at the entire area to see if there's anything else. I was willing to take another potion to get myself back out without causing too much of an issue. But with us here now, I guess that doesn't need to happen anymore. I wonder if I should go for Traveler's Chest here. Let's just do another quick save. Don't know what could be in the Traveler's Chest. Okay. Can we distract this person?
There's nothing for you up here,
Okay. They're trained on blue now.
No time to rest. Have to keep going.
All right.
Can't give up now.
I mean, we're out of sight, right? Can we get this? I might save scum if we get into trouble, guys. Yeah.
Not everyone subscribes to what is mine is yours, it seems.
Okay. All right. All right. We weren't quite hidden there. My bad. My bad. I didn't take nothing though. So, and plus all of that is probably not worth taking anyway. So, let's leave before we do something that we absolutely regret. And yeah, I mean, interesting place, but nothing really happened. Maybe we get to come back here later for some other purpose. But I am interested in just jumping around this area and seeing if we can find anything else of value.
How much for the saltpeter, including
Wonder what's causing it.
Depends. How many barrels? At least 100 in a pot.
My guess is there could be Sahwagin or something like that around here. We might have to fight. Ooh. We've got some dead sailors, apparently. Some of them have been petrified. Let's do a quick save. Get the feeling we're about to go into a fight here. Ow. Sea plague. What the hell? Ability drain. Is that it? No. I can't seem to figure out. Oh no, it's that one there. Sea plague. Beaded and adrip with thick oily sweat. The affected entity has disadvantage on checks, saving throws, and attack rolls using strength. Diseased. Okay. So I suppose maybe it's just this boat itself. There's some kind of a plague or whatever on board. And then are we going to be under attack or something? The Lustrous Lass. When the Fist Manip said he wanted me to check out a Lustrous Lass, I didn't realize that was a ship's name and almost said something regrettable. But when he said the vessel was under quarantine after drifting into harbour with a dead crew, I realized Ilmater had a task for me. The crew were dead indeed of poison or pestilence, but what killed them? I found a wicker basket of rotting fruit of a kind I didn't recognize. Could that be it? There's an aura of wickedness here that bellies mere death by food poisoning. I must search more thoroughly, but all of a sudden I'm feeling tired. Very tired. And she succumbed to whatever this thing is. Maybe in the chest? Let's check. Jorkins, my own deal. Ridiculous, old Disby and his portents of doom. But this time, maybe he's right, though everything would be fine if Harfang had made me quartermaster, as I deserved, instead of giving the position to that old coot. But she went and did it. So when we anchored at Crone Island, I slipped ashore and made my own deal. I'm a smart one. I'm a smart one, I am. Let's check out the chest. What? What? Okay, a cursed imp. Ow. Sure, why not? It's a charm.
Let's try.
What? Oh boy. We'll just take a quick look at what just happened here. We took 66 acidic damage. redirected from the cursed imp. We managed to get promised victory off. So something about the passive ability here. Caustic Retort. Whenever you take damage, reflect it back at your attacker. They're threefold as acid damage. That's horrid. It's almost dead. Can I not just finish it off with Karlach?
This is my time.
Will's almost dead. It's probably better if we use Wholesome to finish this thing off, if possible. Light? Okay. Yeah, he's just immediately died. It's because it's just every single time it's like threefold, right? God, alright. That's horrible. If you die, it clears this pestilence thing. Or, no, perhaps maybe that was cleared because we got rid of the imp.
That put the wind back in my sails.
We are definitely gonna need a long rest. Let's check the imp.
Never wanted the easy path.
I mean, I'll take all of that. Why not?
Something good here.
Disby. I told Jorkins, I said, the captain should never have dropped anchor at Crone Island. But Jorkins just laughed at me, like he always does. Now I ain't seen the captain in days, just stays in her cabin and calls out through her door saying she's sick. And I'm feeling mighty poorly myself. Jorkins don't look so good neither. But at least he's stopped laughing at me. The rest of my life. The last few 10 days since I made the deal with the Gloomcrone have been the happiest I've ever known. Enough gold to last the rest of your life, she promised. And every day I've hefted those heavy, clinking bags and been satisfied with my lot. But I didn't want to just feel it, I wanted to see it. So last night I opened the sacks and discovered the crone's trick. 6 actual gold pieces, while the rest of the coins, thousands of them, were nothing but worthless dross. I chucked them over the side in the dark, but then I suddenly felt ill. Well, who wouldn't? But something is scratching and making noise in my baggage. Something bigger than a rat. And I'm afraid to see what it is. So, I guess they got cursed by perhaps maybe a hag? As they did mention like an old crone. Where does this connect to? Oh, yes, the counting house. This is the other side of the counting house, which we didn't end up sort of visiting. I suppose this is also going to be an area which would be considered to be trespassing. Can we just, like, remove ourselves from the area if it is indeed trespassing. I'm happy to just at least give it a try. I'm just gonna wait until the guard passes through.
You've been caught lurking around the Sword Coast's most secure bank without permission. The guards are understandably upset.
It was an honest mistake. I'll see myself out. No need for bloodshed.
You are permitted to pass with your legs intact. This time.
I'm sorry to ask again.
Okay, I'm back here. Okay, alright.
2, 3.
Not a problem. Let's just take a look at where we want to go next, though. I would say we should continue our journey around this area. I would then want to circle all the way around. There's the House of Hope, I think? Reach Cazador's palace. Oh, sorry, is this the House of Hope? I can't remember if Cazador's place is called the House of Hope or something else. Anyway, let's total that way. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fetch everyone else and portal everyone else there as well. And we should be able to meet up.
Defender of the people.
Those clanking great steel watchers. Bloody hate them. No matter what the mouth says.
Okay. I think we're good to go, but let's take that long rest before we continue any further. Let's just double check. No one seems to have anything for us. She's still got Bloodlust on her, which, yeah, it seems like a bit of a waste to rest, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Always good to talk, my friend.
Best be on my way.
Raven Guard's still here.
Hail!
Doesn't say anything.
What do you get up to all day with that? Good.
Speak.
I need a moment for the two of us.
Oakfather preserve you.
Now, does Volo say anything different after everything that's happened?
Whatever happens next, be sure that I will document it all as accurately as...
Soldier?
How can I help?
Need something?
Okay, time for bed. We are kind of wasting a little bit, aren't we? That's fine. It's only a couple of supplies. So recently I'm finding that nothing's really happening overnight. It doesn't look like anyone's got anything else to say to us, so let's leave and let's continue our journey. Gotta do all that prep work again though. So Scratch comes back out again. And Will, let's do Armor of Agathis. Olsen.
Shall we continue?
I forget. Does Wholesome wear... Okay, so it's like very light armor. Or, sorry, not very light, but light armor. Very rare light armor.
I don't know.
Mage armor is not something available to him, is it? So...
I'm just saying,
it's fine.
Maybe there's a reason for that.
Let's do... an elemental. Maybe I might mix things up and do like an air elemental this time.
Made the right decision not to stay in long.
The Gazette reckons Portash is the second coming of Baldur. Horse cack.
Right, good. And let's just restore one more spell slot. And are we happy with everything? I think so. Just make sure that we're equipping the right gear. Okay, so the way forward. I suppose we can just go through here and just circle around that way.
Can't you feel it?
So this particular portal says Baldur's Gate. So I suppose maybe the upper city is through there?
Are you sure it's not a trapped nerve?
I am, thank you.
We don't want to miss anything out here either. Frennog?
I was queuing with the others and then I started feeling wrong. No thanks.
So you stopped queuing because you felt funny? You trying to get in too? I waited half a day and got nowhere. I gave up.
Queuing to get where, I guess? Maybe into the upper city.
The brain. It's here. Stay away from the gate.
Okay. So I suppose maybe we just can't go through the gate just yet. Until we deal with stuff here, obviously. I don't know, it would make sense. Why are you standing in a bush?
Heavens, what's the hold-up? I dare say the wait is shorter in the City of Judgment.
Very weird. Stay tonight at the Elf Song. Rat Trouble. The Stout and Sturdy. A home for every working Baldurian.
Not be cursed.
A home for every working Baldurian. If you work, you are entitled to a decent life. If you don't belong in Baldur's Gate. There is no room for the lazy in the Pearl of the Sword Coast. Veronica Hamperclips and her adventures beyond the wash basin. The novel tells the story of Veronica Ronnie Hamperclips, who has been tumbled by her demeaning and mean-spirited husband into having more children than she wanted. Now, it seems she is ceaselessly spending her days at the wash basin, cleaning a never-ending supply of dirty things. She escapes this when she solves the unsolvable riddle of the most disturbingly handsome fairy prince, Rigel. Whisked to a world of fairy court politics and jewels, Ronnie has a marvelous time and doesn't miss her damn children or her awful husband one bit. This is escapist fantasy. Treacle pot boiling of the creakliest variety, and it is glorious. Disappearances in the sea. I guess that's something in the building itself, so might circle back to that. Ooh. Yeah, just make sure that we can talk to all of the animals.
There's creeps in cloaks creeping around down in the sewers.
Okay, thanks for the warning. We already knew that though. Alright, there's nothing going on here, I guess. A beehive? Sure. Yeah, the positioning of some of the NPCs in this episode seem a little bit weird. Like, these two were talking to each other, right? Quite close to each other. So that looks a little bit weird. I can't exactly take any of the iron from these steel watches, unfortunately. Alright. We may as well go back to the lodge, right? We do need to meet back with Ameluum and Blurg.
Beings of all sorts, united in the pursuit of intellect.
Pursuit of
Oh, I miss my spores. I tried eating some toadstools I got from bone cloaks, but no good. Just made me constipated.
Next, I just need to interview somebody who speaks classical Meanlock.
Have Kalag. I won't speak to him again. Probably still after that egg.
How do you pass through the city streets without exciting opprobrium?
I adopt the illusory appearance of someone else. You, for example.
Alright, let's have a chat with these two.
It is pleasurable to see you. Your intervention within the cult's underwater complex was a timely one. I am glad my carelessness did not cost the life of Duke Ravengard. That you also saved me was unexpected.
Not really anything interesting to buy, I don't think. Why were you down there in the first place?
My meeting with you led me to a most unsettling conclusion. That my kind had begun to exert influence through this cult of the Absolute. I felt illicit interference would not be conducive to this plane's survival. I sought out other infected individuals to ascertain the truth of my hypothesis. Unfortunately, I strayed too close. I was captured and transported to the prison in which you found me. There, I saw Gortash and his followers inflict cruelties far beyond any I witnessed in the Underdark. I am grateful that you were spared such a merciless fate.
What will you do now?
Once my report is completed, I will return to my usual work in the Underdark. There, at least, I may yet produce worthwhile results. Blurg and I have consulted on the matter of your reward. We first thought to ask the denizens of the Underdark for their aid in fighting the cult. Alas, our influence there remains negligible. Instead, we have selected a series of items from the Society's vaults. Given my kind's involvement in creating this evil, it is only right that I do my part in helping you defeat it, or at least improving your odds.
Okay, so what do we get? A bag with 5 things in it. Well, we'll accept it, and we'll take a look. Okay. Alright. Fungal Bamboozler. I think we have seen this before. I don't know if this is, like, really that good of a reward, but, I mean, I'm glad that we did all of this work regardless. Let's have another chat with Blurg.
Omeluum tells me I have you to thank for its safe return. We know the risks when we go out into the field, but to lose my friend in such a way would have been most disheartening.
Bravery is no bad thing. In fact, your research could be invaluable to my cause.
If there's any conclusion to be drawn from this, I think it's that Omeluum and I are safest back in the Underdark. Our research there must continue. We may not be able to fight on the front lines as you do, but we may yet do some good for those who call it home. We'll depart when this absolute army is defeated. I understand you are involved in the matter. I hope our gifts will provide you with some meaningful assistance in fighting the evil Omeluum uncovered. Do let us know how you get on.
Cool. Alright, there you go. Just here for our reward, I guess. So, just looking at where we need to go next. But I would say we do need to just cross over into this area here. But I reckon that's something that we're going to do in the next episode, guys. We'll call it an episode here. Hope you enjoyed this one. As usual, drop me a like down below, some comments to boot if you want. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.